It's an early sunny morning, hello, from Canary Wharf, and there is a new bus in town and a new tunnel going under the Thames. The SL4 starts today, so we're going to ride London's brand new bus route and go through the new tunnel that goes under the Thames as well, like this. With the introduction of the SL4 between Canary Wharf and Grove Park, this now completes the sequential run of numbers on the Superloop network from SL1 through to SL10. Note though that alongside the SL6 and SL8, the new SL4 isn't actually part of the circular loop, as we'll see when we ride it in a moment. And this is set to continue as the consultations for two more Superloop routes are now active, with the SL11 and SL12 set to be the two new routes. So with the SL4 running every 8 minutes, which I believe makes it the most frequent of any Superloop service, let's hop on board and we tap in and go for a ride. So we're heading south on one of these new electric, I think it's an EBD bus. I must admit I don't know any more details about the bus, but they're new. And the top deck, there's one other random passenger down the front, is empty. We're on the move. Now, the thing that intrigues me is simply this, is that when you think of Superloop buses, it's been set up as this whole express bus network. They skip stops, they skip, they don't go stop, except for what was the old X68, which I think is now the SL6, which is the limited peak hour Croydon to Central London bus, and that does go stop, then an expressy bit, and then stops at the end. And apparently that's what the SL4 does at this end, at the western sort of Canary Wharf end. It does a lot of stops, then expresses through the tunnel, and then at the southern end, sort of Southern Sands roundabout, Lee down to Grove Park, stop. So there's a lot of stops, express bit only in the middle, and then stops again. That appears to be the pattern of the SL4. And for a pattern of everything, to help you get your head around all the new services, here's a simplified map that I've drawn. You can see the existing 108 bus that goes through the Blackwall Tunnel, and then to the east of that you've got the new Silvertown Tunnel, through which runs this brand new SL4 bus. Note that they've also extended the 129 bus to the north side of the river. Previously it used to terminate at North Greenwich, and that goes through the new Silvertown Tunnel as well. And there's actually another new bus, the bike shuttle bus known as the Silvertown Cycle Shuttle, which runs every 12 minutes, and I'll mention that later. So we're at Leamouth, the roundabout. I just saw an SL4 going to Canary Wharf. Both buses in both directions use this roundabout. We've done 9 stops. I think there's 9 stops. I've been counting and checking on a map. It's 9 stops on the north side, then the tunnel, and then 17 stops on the south side down to Grove Park. But we just stopped at Orchard Place, and that's the last stop on the north side before we head into the tunnel, the new tunnel, which is coming up. So the new Silvertown Tunnel is noticeably wider than the Blackwall Tunnel, and there are 2 lanes in each bore, with the left-hand lane being for buses and heavy goods vehicles only. I counted 8 emergency exits along its length as I travelled through, its length, by the way, being 1.5 kilometres. And no, it's not perfectly straight, it bends in a couple of places. Also, what with it being first week of April, one of the funniest things I read last week as an April the 1st, April's Fool's gag, was that because the northern end of the tunnel comes out in the London Borough of Newham, and the southern end, I think, is in Greenwich, someone was saying that the speed limits are different because speed limits are different in each borough, and that the southern end was like 20 miles an hour, and the northern end is 30 miles an hour. That's not true. That's a very funny joke though. Okay. It's been stated that hopefully the new tunnel will reduce traffic queues, with the expectation that fewer idling cars will improve air quality. But if it attracts more cars and vehicles that the new capacity allows, then that would increase pollution anyway. Only time will tell, and in future, reports will come out that have been monitoring air quality and pollution. I'm not here to drive it though anyway, I'm here to ride the new bus, the SL4 bus, which I'm very excited about. And if anything, I wanted to travel longer through the tunnel because it only takes 2 minutes to get through to the other end. And if I've got this right by looking at the map, where the Blackwall Tunnel already comes out on the approach road, the new Silvertown Tunnel merges into it, and they use the same road on the southern side. The Silvertown Tunnel just splits and merges in and out from, and we're now whizzing south with a lot of bus stops to go to get down to Grove Park. I think the first stop on the southern side is, I believe I'm right in saying it's the Sun in the Sands roundabout, which is it's still a little bit of a way yet, so we are now on the express part. This is the super loopy bit of the SL4, even though it's not actually part of the loop. We just came around the tunnel of the town's roundabout. It announced the bus stop as being Shooters Hill Road, Kidbrook Park Road. I thought it was Sun in the Sands. The last bus stop heading north is definitely bus stop, is that B or P over there? That's the last one over there. And so now I guess we just stay on all the way to Grove Park? Grove Park bus station, in fact. The SL4 terminates at bus stop A, just across from the bus station bus stand. Time, therefore, to discuss my map. Oh man, the sun, it's so sunny. Lovely April spring day at Grove Park station. Well, the railway station is over there. The bus station, it's more of a bus stand, which looks like it's been recently resurfaced, by the way, because that looks quite new, is here. Weirdly, where the buses are terminating there at stop A, there's an SL4 red tile, even though you can't catch the SL4 from there because that's where it ends. And if you want to get the bus from here where it starts, I think the bus stop is actually a good 2-minute walk in that direction. However, what I want to talk about now is my map that I've made. This is my lovely map. Because I found the TfL map very complicated, so I drew my own lovely map. There is a link in the description to this map, and this basically shows you where the SL4 runs. It's Canary Wharf through the tunnel alongside the 129. Now the 129 has been extended, that previously terminated at North Greenwich, but that is also the other bus that is going through the new Silvertown Tunnel, and that heads east to Galleon's Reach. And you've got the existing 108 single-decker which runs through the Blackwall Tunnel. Here's the intriguing twist. All three of these buses, the 108, the 129 and the SL4, are free to use for a year from today. Now you can't just board by just getting on. You still have to tap in with a bank card or Oyster card, but you should find that you get charged nothing on a pay-as-you-go Oyster card or bank card. It's to encourage travel through the Blackwall and the new Silvertown Tunnel. These three bus routes should be free for a year. There's also, if you read the fine print, the detail, there's free DLR travel across the Thames. They're saying between King George V and Woolwich Arsenal, and then Island Gardens and Cutty Sark, which is a little bit intriguing because Cutty Sark is about to close for a whole year to install brand new escalators, so I think they mean between Island Gardens and Greenwich. But what I don't know is that if you're making, because you wouldn't just make one journey, like a one-hop journey, if you're going the whole way through, do they just deduct that bit as free, or I don't know how that works. If somebody wants to take a DLR journey and see if they don't get charged for that section, that would be great. But the 108, the 129 and the SL4, free to use for a year. And what I want to do now is I'm going to get the train to Lewisham and then get the 129 and go back through the Silvertown Tunnel heading north on the 129, which is new, the new bit of the 129 which goes through the tunnel and not the SL4. So let's do that. The 129 used to run from just Lewisham up to North Greenwich, but now, with the new Silvertown Tunnel opening, it's been extended to run through that tunnel and carry on through Silvertown and Beckton and all the way down to Galleon's Reach. I caught the 129 from Lewisham and soon found myself behind the 108. The 108 is of course the existing route that had been crossing the Thames through the Blackwall Tunnel, and note that it's a single-decker. The new Silvertown Tunnel has been built to accommodate double-decker buses, which is what both the SL4 and 129 are. And so I make my return journey through the tunnel that morning, so I could now say that I've been through in both directions. Tick. And the first stop for the 129 on the north side of the river is in West Silvertown. So that is the 129 bus going north through the new Silvertown Tunnel. I've got it here at West Silvertown. Going to catch the DLR, take you back down to Canary Wharf. There doesn't appear to be a way to connect between the new SL4 and the extended 129. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Do you need like a stop immediately on the north side of the tunnel and the stop immediately on the south side of the tunnel? Like, it's a bit weird how the stop on the SL4 to the south side is nowhere near the tunnel. The SL4 doesn't stop at North Greenwich and the bus station. The 129 does at least stop at North Greenwich and the bus station. Right, I'm going to jump on the DLR. Back at Canary Wharf, there was a small press event, but I was excited because I caught up with my friend Roger. This is our 6th take. I say we because I bumped into Roger. Hello.
Hi, Geoff.
Of course you're going to turn up. It's
lovely to see you.
It's a bus video. People would be angry if you weren't in my video.
And they'll be angry because I am in them all. I don't mean to be. We just bump into each other.
No, but you're so what? You have the knowledge. You have years of experience, which is what I love.
Okay.
And in your experience this morning, because you've ridden from Grove Park to
Canary Wharf
and the SL4, the thing that gets me, I'm just going to adjust the camera slightly, the thing that gets me is that you've got this Superloop brand, but one, this bus isn't in the loop.
No.
And also, it's more like the X68 SL6, and that it has a lot of stops, then an express section, and then a lot of stops.
Yes.
Do you feel that works properly?
No, I wouldn't have done it that way, as they say.
That is the expression. I wouldn't have done it like that.
Yeah, exactly. I rather pinch that expression. But TfL, they presumably must know what they're doing. They've got a lot of resource, and they're raising the profile of this Superloop brand.
Yeah, I mean, this goes back many years. They have a bit of software, like it sort of analyses London and stuff, and they literally identified, sort of holes in London which needed to be filled by a bus, and that's what those routes are doing, including the extension to the 129.
Yes, they say their analysis shows that people in the Grove Park, Lee, Blackheath area need a fast link to the Canary Wharf area, and I'm sure they've done their analysis right. One
thing I want to pick up on is the fact that pay-as-you-go customers or contactless cards, you're not getting charged for the first year.
No.
Surely that's going to skew the figures if people are riding this free service for the next 12 months.
Well, it might do a little bit. It might move some people off, say, the Jubilee line onto some of the bus routes. I don't think it will make a huge difference, because I don't think people are going to make that journey just because it's free. I think
some might.
Well, I have, I suppose, and you have, but I don't think in the generality of the whole movement of commuters and travellers across London, I don't think it will make that. I think what it does, it promotes raises the awareness.
That's the intent, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But just for me, we won't get a real sense of how much people want to use them until you actually have to start paying for them. In the first year,
indeed.
Can you really recognise the figures from the first year?
Probably not. No. But then TfL have got to raise the awareness, because they've got a lot of extra costs with these routes as well. There's around about £10 million worth of extra operating costs with the 33 extra buses on the two routes.
So that's 18 on the SL4
and 15
and the 129 they added. They only had like 7 buses before, right?
Now it's 22, so that's 15. So that's 33 extra buses.
Okay.
I mean, they've done exceptionally well. The Go Ahead London company have done exceptionally well to get them all running on day one, because it's very difficult to get an uplift of 33. That's probably about 100 drivers overnight. So all credit to Go Ahead London.
And they've had to do all the driver training and everything.
Yeah, it's a major project.
Okay. One final thing. I'm going to say goodbye to you, but we're going to meet in about 10 minutes, because I'm going to go and get my bike and ride the bike bus.
Righto.
Where you load your bike onto a bus.
I've left mine in Hassocks.
You did not bring your bike?
No.
Do a Santander cycle or a line bike or a forest bike?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
A bit old for it.
Have you not been on a line bike? Just try a line bike. Okay. My thanks as always. Closing thoughts? New bus route? Exciting.
Exciting stuff. Right. New tunnel. First cross river
since 1991.
34 years since the Dartford crossing expanded.
All right. Thanks, Roger. That's Roger.
Thanks.
All right,
cheers.
And if you want to see me ride the SCS bus, that's the Silvertown Cycle Shuttle, that's a member-only video which you can go and watch. My thanks to Roger and everyone that I met on the day. Always exciting to have a new bus route in London. So I'm about to miss this DLR. I will get the next one. That is the newest bus that has come to London, the new SL4 between Canary Wharf and Grove Park, going through the express bit through the new Silvertown Tunnel. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.